Hello and welcome to Therapeutic Thursdays, hosted by the Center for Spirituality, Dialogue and Service here on campus. My name is Natalie. I am a mindfulness fellow with the center and also a professor here on campus. I am here every Thursday and I invite you every Thursday to join me for a mindfulness meditation. We explore different practices each week, and the intention is to be curious about different and new practices and to deepen and sustain a meditation practice and give ourselves permission to take care of ourselves and to pause during our busy days on and off campus. So for today, I'd like to invite you to join me on a walking meditation. I am very excited about the prospect of walking meditations. I am an avid walker. That is not a requirement for this particular meditation. I say this because as someone who really enjoys walking regularly, and I am fortunate to have access to green space, open spaces where I can walk regularly and enjoy walking as an exercise, but also being in nature and just having fresh air. But as someone who enjoys that, the idea of a walking meditation was always very inviting to me. And so I am very excited about sharing this particular meditation with you. I should preface this by saying that it is not a requirement to actually be outside for this walking meditation. You can walk in an indoor space, of course, and in fact there is not a lot of space required for this particular walking practice. The intention behind a walking meditation is not to exercise or to cover a lot of ground. The intention behind a mindful walking practice is that we put ourselves into a position and a posture, in this case, to stand and to walk, to which we can bring mindfulness in various ways. And so I will offer a set of instructions to direct our attention toward particular aspects of our physical bodies, but also our minds and our thoughts, feelings and emotions. And so the walking part is a different modality for us to direct our attention toward. And so I am outside. You may be hearing the birds in the background. And if that is available to you, I invite you to also go outside and to take this practice outside with you. But yes, you can be inside too, in your room, in an office, or wherever you are at this moment in time. And the walking component, the movement component, really involves or can involve enough space to take 2, 3 or 4 steps in one direction, and then there's of course the option to walk back that same direction. So a few steps to your left, or a few steps forward, and a few steps to your right, or a few steps back. So make that choice. Take a moment to see and notice what is available to you, and to familiarize yourself with the space that you're in, and perhaps adjust accordingly to have just a little bit of space for yourself for these shorter walking sequences. So in this walking meditation, we will begin, or our beginning posture is that of standing. And usually in mindfulness meditation, there is an array of positions that you can adopt and choose from. And the invitation always is to choose what is most supportive for you and what feels appropriate at this moment in time. But for the walking meditation, standing is the most helpful position really to adopt. However, if in the course of this standing and walking sequence you feel unpleasant sensations, or you would prefer to sit down or lie down if that is available to you, then please give yourself permission to do that. And you can, of course, continue the practice with a meditation that does involve sitting or that does involve lying down. So let's begin with standing, and we can adjust accordingly and you can make choices accordingly. And so the standing start, if you like, is already the beginning of the practice. And it is the beginning of the practice because we are invited to notice and bring awareness to noticing parts of our body that perhaps often remain unnoticed. So in the standing posture, it is the feet often that give us a sense of feeling grounded, feeling supported. They provide a sense of being an anchor in the particular space that we're in right now. So direct your weight, transfer your weight through the soles of your feet into the ground. And perhaps as you're standing on your feet, notice that standing is not the same as standing still. They are often very subtle movements that we do and that go into keeping us balanced, keeping us upright. We often take this for granted, our ability to stand upright, frankly. But actually, it involves the collaboration of a whole number of parts of our body. So there are constant adjustments in place. So as you become aware of this posture and what it takes to stand upright, try to find a moment to settle down here. So if it is available to you and if balancing is something that you enjoy and you feel comfortable with, you could close your eyes, or you could lower your gaze perhaps. Just be mindful of, again, as I said, balance. You could also begin slowing down by focusing on your breath. Just sort of notice what you show up with today. Maybe take a deep breath in and out. So all of these suggestions, standing upright, noticing the weight in your soles of your feet, breathing, lowering your gaze, they're all part of our ways to really direct attention toward ourselves, toward our current environment, and toward what is here for us right now. A very important component of mindfulness practice. So once you have established this foundation for yourself, once you feel comfortable and you've slowed down, I invite you to begin walking in one direction. So just be mindful of the space that you do have available, right? And make choices accordingly, how many steps you can take in each direction to create sort of a comfortable and perhaps even a rhythmic walk. And you can begin to walk fairly slow but normal walking pace. So in a normal manner, the instruction here is not to discipline your walking or to walk in a particular way, to change your way of walking, right? We simply want to become aware of what it means to walk. Take a couple of steps, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one direction. Maybe at the end of the space that you have, you can pause for a moment before you can make your way back the other direction. So the walking meditation, walking practice is an opportunity for us to create awareness for our body. And as we walk, we can begin giving awareness to the soles of our feet, right? Those places and space in our body that actually carry us as we walk. And we can begin noticing the pattern of, let's say, contact and release of our feet. You can become aware of your foot and your heel making first contact with the ground. You can become aware of your foot rolling forward onto the ball of your foot, and lifting, traveling through the air. Be aware of the different sensations in your feet. There's a great complexity in various parts of your foot. Not just your foot, right? There is perhaps an awareness about the fabric of your socks or your shoes. Maybe a sense of comfort inside your shoes. And as you become aware of and maybe comfortable with the ways in which your feet feel during this walk, you can move further up your foot. And there are endless possibilities here. You can notice your ankles. Right? You can become aware of your lower legs, your shins, your calves, the ways in which the calf muscles feel as you are walking, the way they relax, the way the sensation changes as you move step by step. But you could also be mindful of other sensations, temperature perhaps. Maybe the temperature of your skin. Maybe the way the temperature changes from that in your feet to your lower legs, your ankles. And so there are different kinds of places we can direct our attention to as we continue walking. Slowly, evenly, kindly. You can move further up your leg, and I just say this by way of suggestion. This is a practice that can really include your entire body. So it's really a body scan, if you like. You could become aware of your knees and notice the qualities of the sensations of your knee joints as you take one step at a time. And from your knees, you can move up to your thighs and further up to your hips. As you travel up the leg, perhaps there's a good moment to pause the walk. Just find stillness by standing upright again. And just take a moment to appreciate the awareness that you brought to these various parts of your body. To be appreciative of how these various parts of your body collaborate, work in collaboration, support you. Often unrecognized. So as I said just a moment ago, you could expand this journey and traveling up your body to include the whole body. And I invite you to do so, perhaps in your own practice. But now I wanted to share with you just a set of other instructions to explore other ways to bring mindfulness to our bodies and our mind while engaging in this walking practice. So if you did pause for a moment and stood upright, I invite you to begin walking again. Again, just a few steps in one direction, depending on your space, and then a few steps back, just taking on the rhythm that is most supportive for you and feels most pleasant for you. There's always an opportunity to check in on our feelings in mindfulness practices. So I invite you to become aware of the feelings that you're having at this moment in time. So not in terms of emotions, but just sort of feeling tones. You could ask yourself if there are things that feel pleasant right now. Or maybe there are things that feel unpleasant. This could be things that you notice in your own body. As you walk, perhaps your leg hurts, or your toes tingle. Could be a whole number of feelings. The idea is here to just notice them. Notice them as being pleasant or unpleasant. But don't follow them or deny them. Either way, just bring awareness to them. Acknowledge them. There's no need to cling to them or push them away. And then lastly, we can also utilize this walking meditation to bring awareness to our thoughts and emotions. And here the invitation is to ask yourself what kind of emotions and thoughts are with you right now. Are you bored? Are you perhaps irritated or sad, relaxed, tired? Feeling happy? Unhappy? Again, it is about noticing whatever emotions happen to be present with you, to be truthful to that noticing, but not to deny these emotions or thoughts or reject them or in fact judge you for it. Just here with you. So in a few seconds I'm going to ask us to stop walking and to come to a pause, to a halt. So experience yourself standing again, just the way that we started. Standing upright. And also notice how things have changed. So, what does it feel like not to be in motion anymore? What does it feel like to feel your weight in the soles of your feet again? Can you notice a difference from feeling the weight in the soles of your feet when we began this practice? So simply standing and experiencing yourself, experiencing having given attention and awareness to your body and also your mind, having taken a moment to pause, to acknowledge and appreciate the way your body carries you and us, and to notice the sensations, emotions, thoughts that the walking meditation can bring to our minds. Thank you for joining me this week, and I hope to see you soon.